Hello everybody, Ragtag Sagvy here. Welcome to the next episode. Sorry, I realized my mic wasn't on. Anyway, in the last episode, we left Tatooine on a quest to look for the star map. We arrived here at Yavin 4, specifically a space station orbiting it. Here, where we met this guy, Svan Tan, who sells a lot of good stuff. We'll come back here the next time he updates his inventory, which I forget if that's the next star map he updates or if it's the star map after that he updates. I'm gonna have to double check. I know his final update isn't until we get all of the star maps. So let's check around the crew, see what they have to say, and then head back to Tatooine for a little bit, because we have a little girl on board the ship who seems to be the missing girl from Tatooine.
There. What can I do for you?
Okay. You don't have anything to do since we already unlocked your quest.
Yeah, what do you want?
I forgot you can ask this.
You think I don't have something better to do? Yeah, what do you...
Okay. I can't ask him anything else currently. I guess since I technically never left Yavin, the characters don't have anything new to say.
How may I be of assistance to you, Padawan?
I was wondering if we could talk.
What is it you would like to speak to me about?
How did you become, a Jedi?
How I came to be a Jedi? I am sure you would not find it very interesting. Are you sure you would like to hear?
Yes, please continue.
It goes back a number of years. Back on my homeworld, we did not see Jedi very often, especially where I lived.
Where did you live?
The hind end of space. A pit of a world, to be sure, where Jedi rarely tread. But we had heard of them. Well, everyone had, so that is not to be unexpected. Champions of truth, defenders of justice, heroes of the Republic. It was very easy for a child to be enthralled by their image, their mystique. Maybe I was one of those children.
Did you meet a Jedi?
Yes, I did. When I saw a Jedi for the first time, they lived up to everything my imagination had created them to be. I was old, and maybe a little enamored.
Enamored?
They were quite striking, especially the tales of their leader. From that moment on, I knew that I would have to try to become a Jedi. To lift myself out of the rut I had been living in for years, and to make a real difference, as the Jedi were. The foolish delusions of a child. But this child made it happen. As soon as I was able, I left my world and went in search of them. I found them and was accepted. I had been living my dream on Tatooine for several years before you came, although perhaps I was not entirely ready for it, or not completely suited to the task. Otherwise, I would not have fallen. But thanks to you, I have been redeemed. Perhaps I may yet live to see that dream of mine come true. Come, there is much we should do. Let us not waste time talking. Action is what is needed.
Oh, so we learned a little bit about her. Hey, let's head for Tatooine. Karf and Basil, do you have anything new to say?
Sorry. Yes, what's on your mind? I don't really know much about this place. Sorry. You got it.
Okay. What about you, Basila? I'd like to know a little bit more about you, Basila.
I suppose I can understand your curiosity, given the bond that connects us. Very well. I'll tell you a bit about myself.
Tell me how you joined the Jedi
I
then.
was found to be strong with the Force at a young age, as most Padawans are. As a girl, I was given to the Order to be trained. When I joined the Order, I left my family on Talravan, as all Padawans do. My family is still there, the last that I heard. I've had little contact with them, as it is discouraged.
Discouraged? Why?
Relationships with family members are fraught with powerful emotions. Such extremes are to be avoided. Anger and hate are the worst, but even love can lead to folly.
You aren't allowed to love?
Emotional entanglements can be dangerous. They can impair rational thought. They can lead to outbursts of uncontrolled emotion. A Jedi must be above such things.
Let me see. You don't sound very concerned at all.
It can be a hard lesson to learn. I was not on good terms with all of my family, but I do remember missing my father terribly for a long time.
Who weren't you on good terms with?
I was not on good terms with my mother. I was only a little girl when I left, but I was old enough to resent her and the way she treated my father. She pushed my father into treasure hunting. I spent all my young life on ships, traveling from one false lead to the next. She whittled away my father's entire fortune, and I hated her for it. I think she was relieved to give me to the Jedi, but my father was heartbroken.
You never try to get in touch with your father again?
A child is too young to understand the sacrifices that must be made. It's better if they have no contact with their family once they're removed. Once I was older, I realized the wisdom of this policy. A Jedi must do what is needed, personal desires notwithstanding. Love can only obscure and confuse the matter.
You sound very sad when you say that.
Even a Jedi cannot always control the feelings of the heart. We must do our best to guard against it, no matter what the cost. But some sacrifices are harder than others. I do not wish to discuss this anymore. I would rather return to our mission.
Interesting, so we learned a little bit more about her past. Alright, let's head back to Tatooine. Let's take off! Return here after we collect some star maps. Let's make our way out of the ship. This way. I was about to say, it's like, how do I get out of here? Let's leave the Evan Hawk. Let's bring Basila. Who should I bring? We're only going to be out for a little bit. Might bring, maybe next time I'll bring Johanny. Let's bring Cataris. Seems like something's on her mind. Perhaps you should talk to her about it. As soon as I got off the ship. We're not going to reach the next planet anytime soon at this rate.
How can I help?
You wish to talk to me?
I do. I've been watching you, studying you closely to see what kind of progress you've made since your training at the hands of Master Zahar.
I think we both know the real reason you've been watching me.
You never give up, do you? I admit, I'm interested in you. I find you intriguing, compelling even, but it's not what you think. You have a great gift. You have an awesome command of the Force, and I tremble when I think of how you might misuse it.
Let me see. Do I make you tremble? Do you get all tingly inside too?
No, of course not. Not like that anyway. In many ways, you are dangerous. You could be the savior of the galaxy, or you could bring untold destruction upon us all. I've seen how you've resisted many temptations and continue to walk the path of the light side. Very commendable, but I'm afraid you might stray from this path. You need to see what the dark side represents in its entirety, for it is what we battle. Only the wisdom of a Jedi Master can truly explain this, but I will do my best to make you understand.
What are you trying to tell
The
me?
dark side is not simply giving in to anger, temptation, or to use the force to destructive ends. These things only lead to the dark side. The dark side grows stronger and more insidious the closer you draw to it. It begs you to surrender to it, to release all its terrible power, and it becomes harder and harder to resist. And once you stop resisting, it's too late. It twists you up inside and turns you into a mockery of everything you once stood for.
You seem to know that temptation very
I
well.
am no less resistant to temptation than any other. I simply have the benefit of training that you do not. But even the training of the Jedi might not be enough to save us. We need only to look at the atrocities which have been committed by those under its sway to understand the terrible, corrupting evil of the dark side. Millions dead, and far more suffering. What sort of person would you have to become to perform such deeds gladly?
Let me see. I couldn't see myself ever doing such things.
That is why the dark side is so insidious. If you are not careful, you do not even see each small step you take towards it until it's too late. It's so easy to think that we would never fall prey to such a horror, that we have unlimited control, vigilance, and foresight. If only that were true. The Sith have become powerful because there are many Jedi who've succumbed to the lure of the dark side and joined their cause. What greater weapon is there than to turn an enemy to your cause, to use their own knowledge against them? We are weakened while they are strengthened, so we must harden our hearts and do whatever is required to fight against the dark side, even when the battle becomes wearying.
Do whatever is required, such as...
I don't know. The vision of our future is clouded by shadows cast from the dark side. But I sense something ominous lurking in those shadows. But words alone cannot save one from the dark side. Come, we should continue with the task at hand. When the time comes, I only hope we are all strong enough to do what we must.
Interesting. Let's quickly level up Castus. Yeah, let's raise his dexterity. Skills, let's give him demolitions, treat injury. Let's give him awareness. Feats. Let's give him implant level 2. That way he can use better implants. Let me see. Up his awareness again. What feats should I give him? Plus skill to awareness to treat injury. That wouldn't be too bad. Oh, I can give him level 3 if I want. Yeah, let's give you level 3. Let's up your devolitions. Oh yeah, let's give you master toughness. What implants do I have? Plus 10 to awareness, dexterity. That wouldn't be too bad. Immunity to poison. Immunity to... Yeah, let's give you that. Also, let's give you a headpiece. Minus 10 Sonic. For awareness. Improved power blast. That wouldn't be too bad. Let's give you that. Yeah, let's give you the stabilizers. And a belt. Let's give you some reflex. Sure. Now to go over here, because we need to tell you about a little girl. Go ahead. There's a stowaway on my ship by the name of Sarasa. You can come aboard and see her if you like. Yes, I am. She only speaks a smuttering of Mandalorian, but I was able to figure it out.
Wana kunbez ching palamule tongking ba nunotek tugning chatukune mulerabes.
Certainly, I'll bring you to my ship.
Achuta wonga kunbis dolpi kikuyana dong patugas makdelia. Ronda di hodonga kun hunkabi. Wana kun bez ching palamule tongking ba nunotek tugning chatukune mulerabes.
Mucho shakapaka.
Tolpa da pongwale kando na gugu chuchut. Kavadum ku pelio botenya. Bonanai kuchu. Hawaga boska chokola. Mucha shag panka.
Kipuna. Bonanakichu.
Takom justach miki grabalmogo. Kachi ita hodunga.
Dong abuk shami nonok.
Nukabaz niggas nza Sasha.
Ki ba non tontek. Selima wanga kunbikin.
Tong haitwam chichi lumpa. Nita poe tikito. Dolpa da bongwalea gandona chuchut. Kachi chu ita dundonga. Yumalita kuto tun. Chilamulane ni dupobo. Wonga kumbis jang ba mulira.
We received some light side for returning her home. Off they go.
Yeah, what do you want?
Okay, you have nothing else to say currently. I think he has something new to say if I get more star maps. Anyway, I'll just quickly check with Bastila to see if she has anything new to say, and then we'll head for one of those 4 planets.
How can I help?
Why did the council send me with you on this mission?
I could not accomplish this on my own. I need the aid of others, especially one who is strong in the Force. The bond between us made you a natural choice. Besides, the events on Taris prove that the Force wanted to bring us together for this mission, and there is little left to chance when the Force is involved. Is that not enough for you?
If the Force wants us to be together, why do you keep resisting my undeniable charms?
I said we were brought together for our mission, to stop Malak. I hardly think the Force will be pushing us toward a romantic involvement when the fate of the galaxy is at stake. Please try to stay focused. I doubt the Council would approve if they knew we were busy discussing our mutual attraction when we should be saving the galaxy from Malak.
Let me see. Neutral attraction? I knew you were interested in me.
Mutual attraction? I never said... It's just an expression. Whatever our feelings... whatever your feelings, you have to try to ignore them. Don't let this complicate things. Finding the missing pieces of the star maps is our only hope of locating the Star Forge and defeating Malak. The Council explained all this quite clearly.
This seems odd they would send me off without a master to guide me.
I admit, there were times that I wondered if this is more than just a mission to stop Malak. There were times when I wondered if this was also a way for the Council to test my own abilities.
I get the feeling there's more going on than I know.
I wondered if the Council wanted to see how I would help and guide you on our quest. I wondered if they were testing me to see if I was ready to become a Jedi Master myself. And then I realized how foolish such thoughts were. As the Council explained, sending a Master in our group would only have drawn unwanted attention from the Sith. The fate of the galaxy is at stake. The Council would not risk it merely to test me. They calculated the risks, and in the end chose the only option available.
I guess that makes sense.
You must learn to trust in the wisdom of the Council. Your destiny will come when it's appointed time. You mustn't be so impatient.
Let me see. Me, you're the only one who fought... Oh, this was a big audition for Masterhood?
Must you be so frustrating? I admit, I had a moment of foolish pride, but I'm over it. Now I am focused on my true responsibilities. I'm simply trying to help you and complete this mission, and yet you battle me at every turn.
What can I say? It's fun.
Fun? Fun? Driving me insane is your idea of a good time?
Careful, remember your self-control.
You are a very odd man. Do you know that? I simply don't know how to deal with you. All I want to do is help you, but you seem determined to drive me mad.
Complain all you want. I know you love it.
I don't know if I should be outraged that you keep joking about serious matters, or if I should be grateful that you can always lighten the mood. Come on, come. Let's move on. There's much to be done.
Alright, time to head for one of the 4 planets. I think we should start with a very classic planet, Tatooine. We've landed on Tatooine.
The Force has given us a vision, like the one we shared on Tatooine. Did you see it? Of course. You must have. The Force is strong with us both. Tatooine is known for little but blowing sand. I find it surprising that there would be a star map somewhere in its desolate wastes.
It looked like it was inside some kind of cave.
The star map would likely have to be within some kind of shelter to protect it against dust and sandstorms. I suspect there are many such caves and caverns hidden in the sands of the Dune Sea. The creatures of this world probably use them as their lairs. No doubt things will become more clear once we discover the star map's location.
Well, let's head on out. Let's also bring Mission with us, because her brother is supposedly here. So let's bring with us Bastila and Mission. Or... Yeah, let's bring these 2 for now.
Welcome to Anchorhead, potential customer. Zerka Corporation stands ready to serve. After some formalities, of course. First, your ship is not on our list of planned arrivals for today. There is a docking fee of 100 credits because of this.
What do I get for my 100 credits?
The immediate benefit is access to these very docking facilities. This is the only port in Anchorhead. Once you've paid, we will offer trade services as well. We're not unreasonable, we just want to cover expenses.
Let me see. Is there any way you consider to reconsider the fee?
I assure you that the fee is non-negotiable. We have a very thin margin of profit on this world.
The money I save, I will spend in your stores.
That does make sense. I suppose I could let it go this time. We need the business. This will cover any future landings as well. It's like a registration, so we can serve you better when you return. Now, as a customs officer, I can provide information on services. Is this visit business or pleasure?
Give me some background on Tatooine.
There isn't much to tell. It's a very old planet, well past its prime. Zerka Corporation is the only company with any interest in it. It's not a very pretty world, but there is opportunity here if you know where to look.
Tell me about Circle Corporation's operations here.
I can't really get into that. It hasn't been a very smooth operation. I shouldn't get into it.
Come on now, our friend. Let me in on the details.
No, it's common knowledge, so there's no harm in telling you. It's a tale of bad business. You see, Zerka Corporation staked their claim to this planet based on some very promising geological surveys. Unfortunately, that information was incorrect, and possibly even an attempt at sabotage by a rival company.
So Circle Corporation set up shop on a barren planet.
Not totally barren. There were a few good years of mining, and limited operations are still in place. But the ore is flawed. It has peculiar properties. They've had to look at other forms of business.
What do you mean when you say the ore is particular?
Zerka Corporation has really tried to hide this, but it just seems that Tatooine metal is unfit for effective manufacturing. I would imagine that this outpost will eventually be abandoned. Nobody is making any money here. Of course, this rock may have been settled a few times, so look for some other company to get stuck with it.
What forms of business are being looked at here?
Pursuits that appeal to the casual traveler. There are some fearsome native species that provide exciting hunting. There are also lengthy, barren wastes that serve as fine swoop tracks. Attracting business has been slow, however.
What is known about the history of this planet?
Very little. There are hints that it might once have been a lush world, but I can't picture it as anything but a desert. Native sentient species have no records going back that far. That was hundreds of years ago, maybe thousands. Of course, the native species are not very willing to tell anyone anything. They're barely more than animals.
What species do you mean?
The Sand People. They're vicious and attack outsiders on sight. More animals than anything, really. Maybe they know the history of Tatooine. Maybe they don't. Impossible to tell. They won't cooperate.
Have you had trouble with the Sand People?
Not personally, but they've given Zerka Corporation a rough time. It's hard enough mining this rock without suffering random attacks. I think the company has even put a bounty on them, but I'm sure not going to try for it.
Where can I get information about jobs like that?
It depends on what level of risk you want to take. You could ask at the Zerka office if any bounties need collecting. That's in the central anchorhead. While you're at the office, ask for a hunting license so you can sell trophies to Faza in his lodge, just north of them. I suppose you could also take up swoop racing. Talk to the...
What the? Why did it disconnect? It still has battery.
By the track. That's in West Anchorhead. I can't say I know which of these jobs is the most dangerous. I stay away from all of them.
I'm looking for very specific things. Who should I ask?
That's not much information. Could you tell me more?
I'm looking for older things. Antiques, artifacts.
You a digger? I've heard of ruins being found now and then, but they've always been stripped by Sand People soon after. You're not going to get anywhere with them. I guess you could ask around, but I doubt you'll learn anything different. You could always ask a Jawa. It's hard to tell what they know.
Actually, I really need to get going.
If you need anything else, I'll be here.
We learned a fair bit about Tatooine. Let's give Mission some skills, give her some equipment, and then we'll end off, and we'll start exploring Tatooine in the next episode. So, let's give her demolitions, awareness, security, and computers. Now let's look at her gear. Let's give her the shadow armor that I bought. I'll keep that. Any blasters I have that I can give her? A disruptor. I could give her another heavy.
I'm here.
Yes?
And I think that will be it. So in the next episode, we'll start exploring the city of Anchorhead. See what we can do in Anchorhead. Anchorhead will probably maybe take 1 or 2 episodes. And after that, we'll go out into the Dune Sea looking for that map. If you enjoyed this episode, do like the video. It helps tremendously. Subscribe if you haven't already. Leave a comment down below on your thoughts on this episode. And share the video so that way more people can discover my content and help the channel grow. And I'll see you all next time. Later.